Hello students, we are back here to continue our studies of surface areas and volumes. In the previous session, we were studying exercise 13.4 fifth question. What the question is, a hemispherical bowl made up of brass has inner diameter 10.5 centimeter. Find the cost of tin plating it on the inside at the rate of rupees 16 per 100 centimeter square. Let us switch to the solution to see how to solve it. Here in the solution we can see the figure. This is a hemispherical bowl whose inner radius is 5.25 centimeter. Why? Because inner diameter is 10.5 centimeter. So, inner radius is what? Diameter upon 2, it becomes 5.25 centimeter. Now, inner surface area of bowl is equals to 2 pi r square. Inner surface area of bowl is how much? 2 pi r square. This is 2 into 22 upon 7 into 5.25 into 5.25 is equals to 2 into 22 upon 7 into 21 upon 4 into 21 upon 4 is equals to 693 upon 4 centimeter square. What is this? Inner surface area of bowl. It is 693 upon 4 centimeter square after doing the calculation. Proceeding further, as cost of tin plating per 100 centimeter square is equals to rupees 16, cost of tin plating per 1 centimeter square is equals to 16 upon 100. Therefore, cost of tin plating per 693 upon 4 centimeter square is 16 upon 100 multiplied by 693 upon 4 is equals to rupees 27.72. After doing the calculation, the cost we are getting is rupees 27.72. In the previous episodes, I have informed you that just I am showing you how to calculate. I am not doing any calculation. Neither I am saying that whatever the answer is calculated. Sometimes there may be a printing mistake. Not always, but sometimes. I am just showing you how to calculate. You people have to do the calculation on your own. Proceeding to the next question. Find radius of a sphere whose surface area is 154 centimeter square. What to find? Radius. Whose radius? Sphere's radius. What is given? Not diameter. Diameter is not given. Till now the diameter was given. Now in this question we can see surface area is given. What is given? Surface area. How much it is? 154 centimeter square. Surface area is 154 centimeter square. We have to find out the radius. Let us see how this has been solved. Surface area of the sphere is equals to 154 centimeter square. It is 4 pi r square is equals to 154. The formula for surface area of a sphere is 4 pi r square. So, 4 pi r square is equals to 154. 4 into 22 upon 7 into r square is equals to 154. 7 is going in the numerator, 22 and 4 are coming in the denominator by cross multiplication. What remains on the left hand side? It is r square. So, after doing the calculation, you are getting r square is equals to 49 upon 4. Therefore, by taking the square root, r is equals to 7 upon 2, that is 3.5 centimeter. That is the radius of the given sphere. Next question. The diameter of the moon is approximately 1/4 of the diameter of the earth. What it is? The diameter of the moon is approximately 1/4. 1/4 of the diameter of the earth. Find the ratio of their surface areas. What is asked? find the ratio of their surface areas. Let us see how to calculate this. Let the diameter of earth is equals to x. Radius of earth is what? X upon 2. Surface area of earth is 4 pi r square. It is 4 pi into radius is x upon 2 into x upon 2. 4 and 2 got cancelled. Pi x square, that we have got a surface area of earth. Now, for the moon, diameter of moon is 1/4 of the diameter of earth. How much is the diameter of earth? It is x. Therefore, diameter of moon will become x upon 4. And what further? Surface area of moon is what? 4 pi r square, 4 pi into. Now, what is the radius of the moon? It is x upon 8. Why? Because diameter is x upon 4, half of that will become x upon 8. So, r square means x upon 8 into x upon 8. Here 4 ones are 4, 4 twos are 8. This becomes pi x square upon 16. Now, ratio is equals to surface area of moon upon surface area of earth, pi x square upon 16 divided by pi x square is equals to what? Pi x square upon 16, it is multiplied by 1 upon pi x square is equals to 1 upon 16. Therefore, required ratio is 1:16. We shall do one thing here. We shall see how this calculation happens. We shall open the board here for writing and we shall see how the calculation happens. Just a minute. Here we have got the pen. What it is? It is, we know very well, A upon B upon C upon D means what? One fraction A upon B, second fraction C upon D. It is division. So, we can write in this way: A upon B divided by C upon D. For further calculation, what we have to do? We have to keep the first fraction as it is. We are putting multiplication sign instead of division, and what we are doing? We are reciprocating the second fraction. Means what? We are taking the reciprocal of the second fraction. We are inversing the second fraction. C upon D becomes D upon C. Why? Because we have converted division into multiplication. We have converted division into multiplication. Now, what happens further? We can do the calculation. Now, let us see the same thing for this calculation. What exactly it is? Pi x square upon 16 upon pi x square. This is what? No denominator for the second fraction. Nothing means 1. We know this very well. If no denominator is present, what is there? The denominator is 1. So, it is pi x square upon 16 divided by pi x square upon 1. As we had seen just now, for A upon B divided by C upon D. In the same way we shall do this. Pi x square upon 16 divided by pi x square upon 1. Division, we are converting it into multiplication. For that, the first fraction remains as it is, no change in that. Division is converted into multiplication. The second fraction gets reciprocated. We have to take the inverse of it. We are making it upside down. So, this becomes 1 upon pi x square. Now, pi x square got cancelled. Numerator, denominator, what is remaining is 1 upon 16. The same happens here, pi x square upon 16 into 1 upon pi x square. How this happens? This happens in this way. I guess the concept is clear. Proceeding further for the next sum. A hemispherical bowl is made up of steel. A hemispherical, it is a hemisphere. Bowl is made up of steel. 0.25 centimeter thick. What is given? 0.25 centimeter thick. The inner radius of the bowl is 5 centimeter. What is given? The inner radius of the bowl is 5 centimeter. Find the outer curved surface area. Understand the question properly. A hemispherical bowl is made up of steel. Okay. Its thickness is given 0.25 centimeter. The inner radius of the bowl is 5 centimeter. Inner radius is given 5 centimeter. Find the outer curved surface area of the bowl. They are asking us to calculate the outer curved surface area of the bowl. Let us switch to the solution. What is given here? Inner radius of bowl is equal R is equals to 5 centimeter. Thickness of steel T is equals to 0.25 centimeter. Therefore, outer radius of the bowl, that is denoted by capital R, is what? Inner radius plus thickness. It is inner radius plus thickness. It is 5 plus. So, what are the things that are given to us? Inner radius is given, thickness is given to us. We are calculating first the outer radius of the bowl, that is what? Inner radius plus thickness, that is nothing but R plus T, and it is 5.25 centimeter. Outer curved surface area of bowl is what? Now, we have got the outer radius of the bowl. So, we can very easily calculate outer curved surface area of the bowl. It is 2 pi capital R square. Here capital R is denoting the outer radius of the bowl, and whereas small r is denoting the inner radius of the bowl. So, it is 2 pi capital R square is equals to 2 into 22 upon 7 into 5.25 into 5.25. This becomes 2 into 22 upon 7 into 21 upon 4 into 21 upon 4 is equals to 693 upon 4 is equals to 173.25 centimeter square. For calculation purpose, 5.25 is been converted into 21 upon 4 and the calculation has been done. So, what we are getting? Outer curved surface area of bowl is 173.25 centimeter square. In case of this surface areas and volumes, what is required? The most important part is remembering the formula, what is the suitable formula, and after that calculation which should be done properly. That is the main thing. If the calculation goes wrong, then the things will not work on properly. Let us see the next question, that is the 9th one. A right circular cylinder just encloses a sphere of radius r. What is said? A right circular cylinder just encloses a sphere of radius r. Here we can see the figure 13.22. Outside it is a right circular cylinder and inside a sphere is present, which is just enclosing. Means what? The sphere's upper surface, that is it is touching the top part of the cylinder. Means what? One thing is very simple, the radius of the instead of saying the radius, the diameter of the cylinder and the diameter of the sphere are one and the same. So, the radius, obviously when the diameter is same, then the radius will become same. And what is the radius? A right circular cylinder just encloses a sphere of radius r. Whose radius is given? The sphere's radius is given. When it is just enclosing, means it is very simple that it is been adjusted in that properly. So, the diameter or the radius is matching to it. What they are asking to find out? Surface area of the sphere, curved surface area of the cylinder, ratio of the areas obtained in first and second. The ratio of surface area of the sphere to curved surface area of the cylinder. The ratio we have to find out. Let us switch to the solution to see this. Now, we can see here the figure shows the same figure. So, what it is? 2 times r is height of the cylinder and radius of the cylinder and radius of the sphere are equal. Let us proceed further to see how it is solved. As the cylinder just encloses the sphere in it, therefore, the height of cylinder will be equal to the diameter of sphere, it is 2r, and the radius of cylinder will be equal to the radius of the sphere, it is r. Radius of sphere is equals to r, this is given in the question itself. Therefore, surface area of sphere is equals to 4 pi into radius square, that is 4 pi r square. Radius here it is mentioned r, and curved surface area of cylinder. What is curved surface area of cylinder? 2 pi r h. 2 pi, r value is r and h value is what? 2r. H value is 2r. So, this becomes what? It becomes 2 pi r into 2r. This becomes 4 pi r square. What it becomes? It becomes in this way. For the curved surface area of cylinder, it becomes what? We shall write here in front of it. It is 2 pi r h. It is 2 into pi into r, and what is the value of h? It is 2r. So, 2r. So, what it happens? 2 2s are 4 pi r square. It is 4 pi r square, and we can see the same thing that has been mentioned here, 4 pi r square. Further, we have to find the ratio surface area of sphere upon curved surface area of cylinder is equals to 4 pi r square upon 4 pi r square is 1 upon 1. Therefore, the required ratio is 1:1. That is the required ratio. What we have done here? We have first seen what is the height of the cylinder. Why? Because it is required in the formula of curved surface area of the cylinder. So, height is what? the radius of the sphere, that is 2r. Radius of the sphere and radius of the cylinder are one and the same, they are equal, that is r. It is mentioned in the question, radius of the sphere is r. Okay. So, what is height 2r, radius r of the cylinder and of the sphere, both it is r. Therefore, surface area of sphere is equals to 4 pi into radius square, that is 4 pi r square, and curved surface area of cylinder is 2 pi rh, that is 2 pi r into 2r. It becomes what? Here that is there is a printing mistake, actually it should be 2r, it has become pi r. So, it is 2r, 2 2s are 4, 4 pi r square, r into r is r square. Now, the third part of the sum is what? We have to find the ratio. Surface area of sphere upon curved surface area of cylinder is equals to 4 pi r square upon 4 pi r square is equals to 1 upon 1. Therefore, required ratio is 1:1. Proceeding further, in this way we have completed exercise 13.4. Now, let us continue the next part, volume of a cuboid. Till now we have seen surface areas of a cuboid, of a cylinder, of a right circular cone, or instead of saying a cylinder, it is also known as right circular cylinder, but cylinder also means the same, of a right circular cone, of a sphere, of a hemisphere. Now, we shall see the next part, that is, now we are going to study how to calculate volume of the same objects that we have studied for surface areas. For surface areas, volume of a cuboid. You have already learned about volumes of certain figures in earlier classes. Recall that solid objects occupy space. The measure of this occupied space is called the volume of the object. What it is? The measure of this occupied space is called the volume of the object. Means what is volume? The space that is occupied is nothing but volume of the object. So, what the note explains? If an object is solid, then the space occupied by such an object is measured and is termed the volume of the object. What it is said? If an object is solid, then the space occupied by an object is measured and is termed the volume. Space occupied is termed as volume of the object. The object is solid. On the other hand, if the object is hollow, then interior is empty and can be filled with air. So, some liquid with air or some can be filled with air or some liquid that will take the shape of its container. What is mentioned further? On the other hand, if the object is hollow, then the interior is empty and can be filled with air or some liquid that will take the shape of its container. In this case, the volume of the substance that can fill the interior is called capacity of the container. What it is called? It is called the capacity of the container. Volume of the substance is called what? Capacity of the container. Where is the volume of the substance that fill the interior? that can fill the interior is called capacity of the container. In short, volume of an object is the measure of the space it occupies, and capacity of an object is the volume of substance its interior can accommodate. What the two things are? Volume of an object is what? Is the measure of space it occupies. And what is the meaning of capacity? Capacity of an object is the volume of the substance in its interior, okay, can accommodate. Means how much it is filled inside, that is nothing but the capacity. Hence, the unit of measurement of either of the two is cubic unit. What it is? The unit of measurement of what? Of volume is cubic unit, and either of the two means what? Either of volume or of capacity. What is the unit? Unit of measurement is cubic unit. So, if we were to talk the volume of a cuboid, we would be considering the measure of the space occupied by the cuboid. When we are talking of volume of the cuboid, what it is considered? It is considered what? Space occupied by the cuboid. Further, the area or the volume is measured as the magnitude of a region. What it is? The area, what they are saying, or the volume is measured as the magnitude of a region. So, correctly speaking, we should be finding the area of circular region. What? Correctly speaking, we should be finding the area of circular region, or volume of a cuboidal region, or volume of a spherical region, etc. But for the sake of simplicity, we say find the area of a circle, volume of a cuboid or sphere, even though these mean only their boundaries. What it is explained, please understand carefully. What they are saying, we should be finding area of circular regions or volume of a cuboidal region or volume of a spherical region, etc. But for the sake of simplicity, we say find area of a circle, volume of a cuboid or even or a sphere, even though these mean only their boundaries. Proceeding further, observe figure 13.23. Suppose we say that the area of each rectangle is A. The height up to which the rectangles are stacked is H, and volume of the cuboid is V. What it has been? Suppose we say that area of the rectangle is A. The height up to which the rectangles are stacked is H, and the volume of the cuboid is V, that is capital V. Can you tell what would be the relationship between V, A and H? Here this is a single rectangle, here we are stacking up and this becomes a cuboid. Length, breadth and height. When we are piling up or when we are stacking, what happens? The height goes on increasing. Length and breadth were originally present to this single rectangle. When we started stacking, height came into existence. Then what is the relationship between these? The area of the plane region occupied by each rectangle is each rectangle into height. What it is? The area of plane region occupied by each rectangle into height is equals to measure of the space occupied by the cuboid. So, we get A into H is equals to V. Area into height is equals to volume. That is, volume of a cuboid is equals to base area into height is equals to length into breadth into height. So, what is volume of a cuboid? it is L into B into H, length into breadth into height, where L, B, H are respectively length, breadth and height of the cuboid. What are length, breadth and height? They are L, B and H, and it is in the same sequence, it will not get changed. Today this session we shall conclude here. In the next session we shall continue the next part and we shall study the calculation of volumes, okay, of different objects. Till that time, you people take care and study properly. Thank you.